4.1, example 3. In this example, we're going to determine the value of x, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So what the problem gives us is a triangle with an angle and two sides, and we want to solve for x. So our goal is to solve for that x. So what do we know? Let's write down the 3 things about a triangle that we could possibly know about. So first I want to outline the pieces of the triangle. This right here is our theta. The 18 is going to be our hypotenuse. This x is going to be our adjacent. And then this side over here is the opposite. So now we're going to run through the triangle and determine what we know and what we don't know. Do we have any information about the opposite side? Nope. Do we know what the adjacent is? We don't know exactly what it is, but we do know that it's labeled as x. And do we know what the hypotenuse is? Yes, we know it's 18. So since we have the adjacent and hypotenuse, we have to decide which trig function we're going to use. So whenever I'm stuck in this spot, I write down SOHCAHTOA, and I cancel off what I don't have. So I don't have an opposite, and I'm not looking for the opposite either. So I'm going to cross off anything with an O, and I'm left with the CA part. So I'm going to use cosine. So we know that cosine of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And so that's how we're going to set up this problem. Cosine, and our theta is 42 degrees, is equal to adjacent, which is x, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 18. And now all we have to do is solve for x. So we're going to multiply both sides by 18. And you get 18 times cosine of 42 degrees is equal to x. And now all you have to do is put that in your calculator. So be careful, if you're using your iPhone, you might have to put them in a different order. But if you're using a scientific calculator or an online program, you should be able just to type it in. 18 cosine 42. And there's my answer, 13.37. And it said to round to the tenths place, so my answer is 13.4. Okay, now on your own, I want you to try both these examples. Try to determine the value of x. Okay, so we're going to work them out now. So for part A, first I'm going to label what I know, or what I'm trying to find. So we want to find the hypotenuse, because that's across from the right angle, and we know the opposite side, which is 15. So my hypotenuse is x, and the opposite side is 15. So then if I write down SOHCAHTOA really quick, I have the hypotenuse and the opposite. So that's right here, that's sine. So I'm going to go sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 53 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 15, divided by x. So now to solve this, you have to do one extra step. I have to multiply both sides by x to get rid of the denominator. So I get x times sine of 53 is 15. And you can actually put sine 53 into a calculator now, but I'm just going to leave it like that, and I'm going to divide both sides by it. Sine of 53. Sine of 53. And then, so x, this is going to reduce off, and x is equal to 15 divided by sine of 53 degrees. So you go to your calculator, and you get 18.78. So you get approximately 18.78, which rounds to 18.8. Okay, now for part B. So this is my angle right here. So I have the adjacent and the opposite. So if I have adjacent and opposite, I'm going to use tangent, or the TOA part. So tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So I get tangent of 21 degrees is equal to 9 over x. So I multiply both sides by x. X tangent 21 degrees is equal to 9. And then I'm going to divide both sides by tangent 21. And then these are going to reduce off. And you get x is equal to 9 over tangent of 21 degrees. And then you put that in your calculator. And you get 23.44. But we want to go ahead and round that to the nearest tenth, so you get 23.4.